Welcome back. It's great to have you here at Boss Championship Racing. This is our very first Formula One tournament. And to start it off, we're going to have a qualifying round. We have 20 drivers checked in, and each driver will have 2 laps down the track. We will, of course, take the faster of the 2 laps and count that as their official qualifying time. The top 12 drivers will move on to the second round of the tournament, while the bottom 8 will have to be split up into 2 groups of 4, and the top 2 of each of those groups will move on to the final 16. It's guaranteed to be a great tournament. Formula One always provides all the action and all the drama. But here we go. And to start it off, from Boss Championship Racing Team, this is Tomiyoshi in the Renault number 7. Lots of pace going through those first corners and across the line, 8.1909 to start it off. Very strong lap. And here's Tomiyoshi's second lap. Oh, big spin there from Yoshi. It slows him up, 9.0006. This is J-Man from Three Ravens Racing, all the way from Alaska. Keeping it clean. Crosses the line a bit slower, 9.4899. Here's a lap 2 for J-Man. A little bit slower out of that first set of corners. Picking up speed, but finishes 9.3480. Also from Three Ravens Racing, this is Olivia May. A bit quicker out of those first set of corners. And across the line, 8.3068. About a second up on her teammate. This is lap 2. See if she can make up some time. Close with an 8.3986. From Turner Racing, this is Ayrton. Slowing up there in the last couple of corners. Across the line, 11.4282. It's one fantastic looking livery. But Ayrton's gonna have to make up some time here. Lap 2. Slow around that corner. 11.4421. Not sure what they can get done on that car, but hopefully it'll be race ready. Great looking car though from Turner Racing. Here's another from Turner Racing. This is Scott in the Ferrari. Much quicker. Crosses the line, 8.2143. Strong lap number 1. Here's lap 2. This Ferrari's looking a bit quicker than the Honda. And Scott coming across the line, 8.1053. So here's how they stack up. Scott with the time to beat, Tomiyoshi in second, and Olivia May in third. Here's Speedball Herman from Gravity Throttle Racing. This is lap 1. Solid start. And across the line, 8.0322. Strong lap number 1. Here's lap 2. Speedball Herman in a vintage looking F1 car. Little slower this time, 8.5946. A few tenths off the first lap, but a strong lap. Here's Numbskull number 53 from Numbskull Racing. Looking quick. Across the line, 8.6525. Here's lap 2. Starting off a little bit slower, picking up speed. But 9.1046. And here's the number 87, Numbskull. Numbskull Racing quite a bit quicker coming out of those first corners. And crossed the line, 8.3370. Pretty competitive time. Here's lap 2, quick out of the gate. A little slower, 8.6530, a few tenths off from the first lap. For Puffs Racing, this is Misty. And lap 1. Across the line, 8.2491. We've seen a lot of cars put in a faster lap on this lane number 1. Lane number 2. For lap 2, a little slower, but some can find ways to gain momentum around that outside corner. Here's Puff from Puffs Racing. Looking very fast, 8.1618. Here's lap number 2. We'll see if Puff can improve. And across the line, not quite, 8.5430. So here are the results after the first 10 drivers. Speedball Harmon on top. Scott in second. We have 10 more drivers to go. This is Marco Polo from Polo Racing. In the blue, number 11. Across the line, 8.0805. Very fast lap. Here's lap 2. Doesn't quite get the momentum on that outside, 8.8417. But a quick lap 1 for Polo Racing. This is Mr. Shotgun, number 31. First lap, 8.3531. Here's lap 2. Now we're seeing once again a little bit slower coming out of those outside lines, 9.0090. Here's Mr. Shotgun, number 7, flying out of the gate. Out of the camera shot, 7.9389. That is the fastest lap so far. Absolutely flying. Let's see if number 7 can improve on the outside here. And, whoa, huge wreck. That looked pretty nasty. We'll have to see that again. Hopefully, Mr. Shotgun's doing okay. Flipped upside down. Here's the replay. And just lost some downforce, and that's an odd looking flip. Well, moving on. This is Arlo from Arlo Racing. And across the line, 7.9616. That puts him in P2 at this point. Lap 2 for Arlo. Looking fast, 8.0205. That's a very strong couple of laps from Arlo. We'll have to keep our eyes on him. This is Big Poppy, number 6. Calm collected, 8.4370 for lap 1. Here's lap 2. A bit slower coming out of that starting gate. picks up some speed, 8.9980. So far, Mr. Shotgun number 7 on top, 7.9389. That is the fastest lap so far. 5 more drivers though. This is Big Poppy number 7. Across the line, 8.5733 for lap 1. This will be lap 2. Yeah, we see it again. Not every car is quite set up on that outside line, 9.3762. From Milestone Racing, this is Dusty Miles, lap 1. I think it's fair to say, though, if the car time trials and qualifies close, and that's 8.4561 for Dusty Miles, lap 2 coming up. If their times are close enough, it usually means they'll be competitive on track during the race. 9.0931 for lap 2. This is Indy Rain from the A team from Canada in the Lotus livery. Looking fast. Across the line, 8.1596 for lap 1 for Indy Rain. Here comes lap 2. 8.2443. Those are 2 very quality laps. From the Chase family, number 7, this is End Count. Looking very fast. Across the line, 8.0345. Very, very good lap. And here's lap 2. Carries a lot of momentum. Across the line, 8.2686. That's 0.2 up from the first lap. And last, from Spirit of 64, Maple A. Brody. Looking quick. Across the line, 8.5001 for lap 1. And the last lap of qualifying. Across the line, 8.8965. So here are your results. Mr. Shotgun, number 7, 7.9389. Arlo, Speedball Herman, End Count, Marco Polo, round out your top 5. But what a great way to start off the tournament with a very competitive qualifying round. Well, thanks again for joining us here at Boss Championship Racing. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and do so. And we'll see you next time. Welcome to the Boss Championship Racing Formula One Tournament of 2023. And this is round 1 and group 1. In case you missed it, we had a qualifying session. Each driver had a chance to put in a qualifying time, which determines their place in the tournament. Well, here are the points, and how it works is there will be 4 races, and each driver will accumulate as many points as they can. Well, here are the drivers. In the number 31, this is Mr. Shotgun of Mr. Shotgun Racing. And from Turner Racing in the number 12, this is Ayrton from Brazil. In the number 64, from the Spirit of 64, this is Maple A. Brody. And in the number 7, from Big Poppy Racing, this is Mayday Foyt. The top 2 drivers will move on to the second round, while the other 2 will go home. Next up, race 1. Well, here we go for race 1. We've got Mr. Shotgun and Ayrton in the front row. Lights out. They get away cleanly. Mr. Shotgun, Maple A. Brody in second. They cross the line. And Mr. Shotgun will take race 1. Maple A. Brody in second. Here is the Boss Championship Racing instant replay. Brody keeps it close into that final corner, but Mr. Shotgun in the number 31 puts in an 8.1271 lap time. So here are the points after race 1. Mr. Shotgun, 5 points. Mayday Foyt with 1. Maple A. Brody with 3. And Ayrton with 2. Here is race number 2. Brody, Shotgun, front row. The lights. And they're off. Brody with a good start. Mayday. Oh, we got a big wreck in the final corner. Looks like from Big Poppy Racing, he'll get the win for race 2, but Maple A. Brody on his roof. Here's the replay. Brody gets away nicely, but again, going into that corner, flips it, loses some downforce. Here it is again. Mayday Foyt gets around him cleanly. The Boss Championship safety crew out there right away. And it looks like Maple A. Brody is going to be okay. So here are the points after race 2. Mayday Foyt moves up to second now with 6 points. But here's a look at the Boss Championship Racing pace car from Turner Racing. Thank you, Scott, and Turner Racing for that. Well, here's race 3. Mayday Foyt, Maple A. Brody, front row, and they're off. Going into the corner, Brody coming out in first, and will cross the line in first, taking race 3. And here's the replay. A lot of momentum on the outside from Brody, and then goes on to take first from Mayday Foyt, and takes the win with an 8.3919 lap time. So here are the points, razor thin at the top. Mr. Shotgun with 10, Foyt with 9, Brody with 8, Ayrton with 5. So here we go for race 4. Top 2 advance, and it's really anyone's race at this point. Waiting for the lights to drop. Lights out. Keeping it close, but Ayrton with the lead. Mayday Foyt up into second place, and Mr. Shotgun in third. Let's get a replay. Ayrton with the win for race 4. Brody pushing Mayday into second, but comes in fourth. So here are the points after race 4. We've got a tie between Mayday Foyt, Mr. Shotgun with 12, Ayrton with 10, and Maple A. Brody with 9. So Mr. Shotgun, having qualified 13th, will have lane 1. And Mayday Foyt will start in lane 2. And this is a sudden death round. Whoever wins will get 1 extra point. Big lead from Mr. Shotgun. Finishes it out with an 8.6195 lap time and will get the extra point. Here is the replay. Little bit of oversteer, but finishes out the lap and takes the extra point. And he is the winner of round one, group one. Had a very solid performance. And Mayday Foyt coming in second. Maple Leaf Brody is going to be going home. And Ayrton as well. Wait, is that Ayrton Senna? Well, thanks again for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. We're so thankful to have you along for the ride. Make sure to hit subscribe, and we will see you at round one, group two. We will see you next time. Hello again and welcome to Boss Championship Racing. This is the Formula One Tournament 2023. This is round one, group two. The top two drivers will move on to the round of 16 and the last two will be eliminated. Well, so far through the tournament, through qualifying and through group one, we've had some amazing moments, a lot of drama, and the entire field is very competitive. This track has proven to be difficult, and any little mistake can cost you a position. Well, let's meet the drivers. For Group 2, this is Major Finish from Big Poppy Racing in the number 6. And in the 08, this is Dusty Miles from Milestone Racing. And from Alaska, from Three Ravens Racing, this is J-Man in the number 49. And finally, number 53, this is Numbskull of Numbskull Racing. Well, the lineup is set. This is Group 2 in Round 1, Top 2 advance. Race 1 up next. Well, here's a reminder of the points. There'll be 4 races and the cars will rotate clockwise. And here we go, lights out, and away they go. Major Finish with a big lead, and J-Man right behind. They cross the line with an 8.1273. Major Finish with P1. Well, here's the instant replay from Boss Championship Racing. We can see here that Major Finish well out in front, gets the 5 points. J-Man in second with 3, Dusty Miles in third with 2, and Numbskull with 1 point. Well, here we are, lined up for race number 2. Waiting for the lights to drop. J-Man in the front. Here we go for race 2. J-Man with an early lead, Numbskull behind. Trying for the inside line, can't make it stick. Close at the line. Looks like J-Man will get the win. Evenly spaced, but the group closes in at the very end. And looks like Dusty Miles cannot make the pass on Major Finish. Here it is again. Yep, Major Finish just noses out Dusty Miles for P3. Well, after race 2, here are the points. J-Man up to 8. Major Finish with 7. Numbskull up to 4. And Dusty Miles with 3. Well, so far, a lot of competitive racing, keeping it close through each corner. Numbskull and J-Man in the front row. And they're off. Dusty Miles trailing Numbskull, trying for the outside, can't make it stick. We'll have to settle for P2. Numbskull grabs the win. And here's the replay. Keeping it close, but it looks like Dusty Miles just gets a little bit too loose there and cannot make the pass. So J-Man continuing to lead with 10. Major Finish and Numbskull tied at 8, and Dusty Miles with 6. But still anyone's race here for race number 4. Top 2 advance, and they're off. Major Finish pushing Dusty Miles along, and Dusty Miles grabs the win. Major Finish in second. And here's the replay. Major Finish just cannot make the pass and make a move. Dusty Miles crosses the line with great pace that lap. Well, after race 4, we've got a 4-way tie. Wow. So we're going to line them up and do a sudden death, top 2 advance. And we're going to line them up according to how they qualified. So the advantage to Major Finish and Dusty Miles in the front row. This is going to settle it. Top 2 go on. Here they go. Major Finish, Dusty Miles trying to make a move. And Major Finish grabs the win. J-Man, and we've got a wreck in the final corner. Numbskull and Dusty Miles upside down. Let's see if we can see what happened here with the instant replay. J-Man with a great run. And it looks like Numbskull trying to make the move. Sends it into that corner, causes havoc. We've got the Boss Championship Racing safety team out there right away. Dusty Miles took a wicked flip. But after all that, Major Finish grabs that win. We'll move on. J-Man will move on as well. Well, that was incredible. Glad to see the drivers are okay. But what a way to finish off round 1 with Group 2. Sudden death, all 4 cars with 11 points. But only 2 can come out on top and move on. Just want to say once again, thank you for watching and joining us here at Boss Championship Racing. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll never miss another race. We will see you next time. Great to have you back here at the Boss Championship Racing Formula One Tournament of 2023. We're now in round 2, the group of 16, and this is Group 1. The top 2 finishers will move on, and the last 2 finishers will be eliminated from the tournament. And in case you missed it, make sure to check out Group 2 of round 1. The finish was pretty crazy. But now we are in a round where a lot of these drivers are putting in times, especially in qualifying, that are very competitive with each other. And so we should be expecting a lot of good racing, a lot of good passes. A lot of these cars can run the top or the bottom of the track. But this is what we have come to expect from Formula One and Formula One drivers and teams. So let's meet the drivers. So starting in the front row, this is Mr. Shotgun from Mr. Shotgun Racing in the number 7. And starting alongside Mr. Shotgun, we have from Puffs Racing, this is Puff in the number 22. And lining up in the second row from Boss Championship Racing Team, this is Tomi Yoshi. And from round 1, Group 1, this is Mayday Foyt in the black and orange number 7 from Big Poppy Racing. Well, here we go. Round 2, Group 1, race number 1, coming right up next. Well, here again are the points If you're new to us, this is how the points work. Each car will have an equal shot, and each position they will rotate clockwise. But here we go, race 1. Mr. Shotgun in the front, and Puff on the outside. Mr. Shotgun and Tomiyoshi getting away cleanly. Clean race number 1, cross the line. Mr. Shotgun will pick up the win. Tomiyoshi in second, Puff in third, and Mayday Foyt in fourth. Here's the Boss Championship Racing Instant Replay. Getting a little loose there at the end, but good lap time, 8.0539. So after race 1 of 4, Mr. Shotgun will pick up 5 points, Tomiyoshi with 3, Puff with 2, and Mayday Foyt with 1 point. So here we go for race number 2. Tomiyoshi alongside Mr. Shotgun, waiting for the lights. It'll be interesting to see which lane is faster. Sometimes they can be equally competitive. Here they go. Tomiyoshi, there's a pass for Mr. Shotgun. Tomiyoshi crossed the line, almost ran right off the track, but was able to cross the line in P1. Well, here's the replay. Mr. Shotgun just makes a great pass, sees the opening, passes Mayday Foyt, grabs P2, gets the 3 points. So after race 2, we've got a tie between Mr. Shotgun and Tomiyoshi with 8, and a tie between Puff and Mayday Foyt with 3 each. So here we go, race number 3. Mayday Foyt alongside Tomiyoshi. And Mr. Shotgun and Puff in the second row. And they're off. And Tomiyoshi coming in second through that corner. Spun, but able to cross the line, getting pushed by both Puff and Mr. Shotgun. That was a pretty wild finish. Looks like the drivers are okay. No damage done to the cars. Here's the replay. Mayday Foyt with a good inside line there. Puff not able to defend Tomiyoshi. They get a little caught up, but all of them cross the line. Looks like Puff comes in third, and Mr. Shotgun comes in fourth. Here's another look at it from a different angle. And there you have it. Tomiyoshi will come in P2, Puff in third, and Mr. Shotgun coming in fourth. So after race 3 of 4, Tomiyoshi up to 11, Mr. Shotgun with 9, Mayday Foyt with 8, and Puff with 5. Well, this one should be interesting with Tomiyoshi and Mr. Shotgun in the back row. We'll see who will come out on top here. Everything to play for, and they're off. Top 2 advance. Puff with a good lead, Mr. Shotgun right behind. And cross the line with an 8.0165. Puff comes in first, Mr. Shotgun in second. So here's a look at the replay. Looks like Puff and Mr. Shotgun get away pretty cleanly there. And Tomiyoshi not able to make any moves on Mayday Foyt. So the points look like this. Mr. Shotgun, Tomiyoshi will move on. They are tied with 12 points, so they will duel it out here to see who will get the extra point. There will be only one race, sudden death. Mr. Shotgun, having qualified first, will have lane 1 and Tomiyoshi alongside. Lights out. Keeping it really close, Tomiyoshi right behind. And Mr. Shotgun keeping it clean out of that corner will pick up the win, pick up that extra point. As we can see here in the replay, Tomiyoshi has a great outside line but just cannot make the pass. Mr. Shotgun showing that speed and that pace, takes the win. So there you have it after 4 races and the sudden death race. Your winner is Mr. Shotgun in the number 7. Tomiyoshi coming in second. They will move on. But Mayday Foyt and Puff from Puff's Racing, they are eliminated from the tournament. Well, thank you again for being here at Boss Championship Racing, watching our Round 2 Group 1. Make sure to hit subscribe. You'll never miss another race. We will see you next time. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing Formula 1 tournament. We are in round 2, the round of 16, and this is group 2 of 4, and we are in for quite a treat today. As we have seen so far through this tournament, the racing is close. Passing opportunities aren't as much as we would expect, but when it happens, it is quite a spectacle. And today probably won't look any different. Well, here are the drivers from the Chase family. Number 7, this is N Count. And lining up outside of him is Marco Polo from Polo Racing in the number 11. And in the second row, in the red 87, this is Numbskull from Numbskull Racing. And finally, in the silver number 31, this is Mr. Shotgun from Mr. Shotgun Racing. Well, so far in the round of 16, the racing is even closer than before. We shouldn't expect anything less. Race 1 of 4 up next. Well, here's a quick reminder of the points. There will be 4 races and the cars will rotate clockwise. The front 2 are your top qualifiers. Waiting for the lights to go green, and they're off. N Count with the lead, Numbskull right behind. Marco Polo making a move, but can't make it stick. Numbskull holds him off. Here's a look at it. Marco Polo with a run, but can't make that outside pass. Numbskull goes to defend and holds him off. Close finish at the line for those drivers. So after race 1, N Count with 5 points, Marco Polo with 2, Numbskull with 3, Mr. Shotgun with 1. So here we go for race number 2. Numbskull moves up, N Count moves over. Waiting for the lights. And there they go. Numbskull getting a nice little push. But Marco Polo with a huge pass on the outside. Finishes in P3 for Marco Polo. What a great pass there. Here's the replay, get another look at it. And looks like N Count with a nice run, but gets all stuffed by Mr. Shotgun. Marco Polo takes advantage and makes a great pass. Here it is again. Huge run there from the Chase family, number 7, but unfortunately just cannot get past Mr. Shotgun. And Marco Polo picking up some important points there. So here are the results after 2 of 4 races. Numbskull with 8, N Count with 6, and Marco Polo and Mr. Shotgun both with 4 points. So Mr. Shotgun now up to the front row, Numbskull alongside. And here we go for race number 3. And away they go. Mr. Shotgun, Marco Polo, side by side through that corner. Numbskull just in front, but at the line, too close to call. Wow, what a close finish. Thank goodness for the Boss Championship Racing instant replay. Here it is. Marco Polo with a nice run. Mr. Shotgun, though, able to keep him side by side and to the line. Wow, too close to call. Let's see if we can zoom in a little more, slow it down. It looks like Mr. Shotgun by a nose, but just, here it is again. I don't know. I mean, I have to say as well, Numbskull had a nice lap to get that P3. Well, here's a super close-up. It's gonna have to go to the judges. And there you have it. Mr. Shotgun will get the 5 points by just a nose. Numbskull with 10, Marco Polo, End Count both with 7. End Count is going to need a huge result here to stay in contention to move on. And again, the top 2 finishers will move on to the next round. So a lot on the line here. Race number 4. Anyone can take this race, anyone can move on. So here they go, and they're off. Marco Polo with a nice lead. End Count right behind. Cannot get past him. Numbskull coming in 4th. Mr. Shotgun in P3. Here is the replay. A much cleaner race this time around. We've had a dogfight today amongst these cars. That was the cleanest one of them all. So after 4 races, End Count has been eliminated. Marco Polo will move on with 12 points. There will be a sudden death between Numbskull and Mr. Shotgun. And Numbskull has the inside line here, lane number 1, having qualified ahead of Mr. Shotgun and that number 31. But anything can happen, as we know, with this track, these cars. Here they go. Numbskull out in front. Mr. Shotgun with a run, but cannot get past. So with that, Numbskull will move on. Here's the replay. A lot of momentum there for Mr. Shotgun, but just cannot get past. And there it is. Numbskull's gonna move on. What a result we have here. Marco Polo is the winner for Group 2 in round 2, and Numbskull also moving on. What a result for Marco Polo. Couple great moves, getting points each race, and what a bummer for the number 7 Chase family. End Count had a great qualifying session, but just could not make the moves count today. He will be going home, as well as Mr. Shotgun in the number 31. Well, thank you again for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll never miss another race. We will see you next time. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing Formula 1 tournament. We are in round 2, and this is Group 3. The racing has been exceptionally close throughout the tournament, and we should expect the same with this set of drivers. And because of so many close finishes at the finish line, we've added a slow motion overhead finish line camera so we can see exactly where cars are finishing, especially since we've had so many close calls. Well, let's meet the drivers. And the number 69 from Arlo Racing, this is Arlo. And lining up alongside in the number 53 Lotus livery from Canada, this is Indy Rain from the A-Team. In the second row from Puffs Racing, this is Misty in the number 29. And in the number 49, all the way from Alaska, this is J-Man from Three Ravens Racing. J-Man has been through round 1, was able to transfer into this round 2, but we'll have to start in the back. Well, the grid is set. Race number 1 coming up next. Well, here again are the points for this tournament. There will be 4 races. Cars will rotate clockwise to keep things fair amongst the drivers. Waiting for the lights to drop, Arlo and Indy Rain in the front row, with J-Man and Misty in the second row. And they're off. Arlo with a great start, well out in front. Pass there by Indy Rain for second. And at the line with a 7.8559, Arlo will get the win for race number 1. Great outside line there from Indy Rain. Misty keeping it close, but Indy Rain able to pull away, grabbing P2. Very clean race number 1 amongst our drivers. And here are how the points look. Arlo with 5, Indy Rain with 3, Misty with 2, and J-Man with 1. Arlo and Indy Rain both putting in scorching qualifying times. They are definitely the two to beat. But as we know, anything can happen with these races. So here we go for race number 2. Misty moving up, Arlo moving over, waiting for the lights, and they're out. Here we go. Arlo on the outside with the pass. Indy Rain as well, but Misty coming right back and takes the win. Wow, what a finish. Here is the replay. Arlo and Indy Rain get away, get a clean pass, but Misty never giving up, gets back to the top and takes P1. That might be one of the best passes we've ever seen at this track. Here it is again. Both Arlo and Indy getting a clean pass. Looks like Arlo gets up on the curb, goes to the outside to block, but Misty goes inside, grabs the lead, and gets the win. So after race number 2, Arlo still with the lead, 8 points. Misty up to 7. Indy Rain with 5. J-Man with 2. Wow, I cannot believe that pass. That was incredible. So now J-Man will move up. Misty moving over. Arlo and Indy Rain in the second row. And I've got to say, I'm not biased, but that Lotus livery that Indy Rain is rocking is incredible. Here we go. Race number 3. J-Man with a nice getaway. Indy Rain behind. And coming out of that corner, Indy Rain sliding across, and at the line, a very close finish for P2. J-Man getting the win for race number 3. Here's the replay. Again, great getaway, that inside line working for J-Man. And Arlo giving a push for Misty, and to the line. That is a close call. Looks like Indy Rain came out in second. Here it is with the overhead slow motion cam. J-Man with the win, and just by a nose, Indy Rain getting P2. Here it is again, just to be sure, and by a nose. Indy Rain P2, Misty P3, Arlo coming in 4th. So here again are the points. Arlo with 9, Misty also with 9, Indy Rain with 8, and J-Man with 7. So once again, as we've been seeing throughout the tournament, getting to race number 4, a lot of the cars are still in contention to move on. Top 2 in points will advance. So here we go, lights out. Indy Rain getting away, Arlo behind, and it looks like Little Loose keeps it on the track, crosses in P1. Indy Rain grabs the win, and Arlo in second. They will move on. Here is the replay. J-Man struggling to make that outside line work. Arlo almost gets the pass there on the inside, but Indy Rain able to stay in front, crosses the line, gets the win. 13 points will move on. Arlo will move on as well. Your winner in the 53 Lotus livery, Indy Rain from the Canadian race team, the A-Team. What a dominating performance. Arlo keeping it very close. We'll have to settle for second place. Both drivers showing incredible pace, the ability to make passes on track. But for J-Man and Misty, they will be going home, unfortunately. But Misty will go down as having one of the best overtakes in this tournament, leaving it all on the track. Thank you again for watching the Formula One tournament here at Boss Championship Racing. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and do so. You'll never miss another race. We will see you next time. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing Formula One tournament. We are here for round 2. Group 4. This is our last group, and the final 2 top finishers will move on to the next round, the round of 8, our semifinals. We are in for quite a treat today with these 4 drivers who will be putting it all on the line, all on the track today. Just want to say thanks again for joining us. This tournament has been an unbelievable experience, and if we haven't met, this is me. Many call me boss, and for now, that's all you need to know. But let's move on and meet the drivers. Starting in the front row in the blue, number 38. From Gravity Throttle Racing, this is Speedball Herman. Speedball is one of our top qualifiers and will be sure to be using all that pace today. Lining up outside from Turner Racing in the Ferrari number 27, this is Scott. Scott with one of the coolest looking cars on the grid, but also one of the fastest. Lining up in the second row in the number 49 from 3 Ravens Racing, this is Olivia May. And next to Olivia May from Big Poppy Racing in the number 6 Black and Orange, this is Major Finish. Major Finish from Big Poppy Racing has transferred from round 1 and will be starting from the back of the grid. Well, these are the drivers, and up next will be race 1 of 4 to see who will move on to the next round. Well, here's a reminder of the points for this tournament. There will be 4 races. Each car will have an equal shot at each position. They will move around clockwise. But here we go for race number 1. Speedball Herman and Scott in the front row. Here they go. Speedball Herman with an early lead. Major Finish coming up in second, keeping Scott behind. And at the line, Speedball Herman will take the first race in P1. Here is the replay from Boss Championship Racing. Major Finish with a nice inside line, makes it work. Scott cannot make the pass, even with all that pace. So after race 1, Speedball Herman with 5 points, Scott with 2, Olivia May with 1, and Major Finish with 3. So each car will now rotate. Major Finish in the front row next to Speedball Herman. Here they go. Major Finish with a nice start and contact into that corner. Scott coming out from 4th to 2nd. What a pass. Wow, let's see that on the instant replay. Major Finish with a nice start, and it looks like Speedball gets caught up behind Olivia May. There was some contact there, which led to Scott going from last to P2. That will swing the points quite a bit. Here it is again. Looks like Olivia May just gets really loose, and Speedball Herman had nowhere to go. So after race 2, Speedball Herman with 6, Scott with 5, Olivia May with 3, and Major Finish with 8. So Major Finish already up to 8 points. So here we go for race number 3. Let's see what they can do in the front row. Lights out. Olivia May with a nice start. Scott right behind. Tries for the inside pass, can't make it stick. Close at the line, but Olivia May coming out P1, Scott in P2. Here is the replay. Again, that inside line working for some of these cars. And Olivia May able to pull away just enough and comes away with the win and with the 5 points. So after race 3, Speedball coming in 4th that time is only up to 7 points. Scott and Olivia May both with 8, and Major Finish up to 10. So going into race number 4, Speedball Herman is going to need a huge result here to move on. So this will be interesting. Scott has had a great car, a lot of pace, waiting for the lights, and they're off. Scott getting away, but Speedball right behind. Cannot keep up though, and Scott will come away with the 5 points. Speedball Herman coming in 2nd, and with no DNFs behind, that will be it for Speedball Herman, unfortunately. Clean race number 4, and here are the points. Scott with 13, Major Finish with the upset, finishes with 11 points. But again, Scott, our winner in the Ferrari number 27, with 13 points, and Major Finish with a huge, huge upset. And once again shows that anything can happen on track. Well, unfortunately for Speedball Herman and Olivia May, they will be eliminated from the tournament. Speedball had a great qualifying session, but with that crazy moment in race number 2, which proved to be a costly moment for those drivers during that incident, giving Scott a huge opportunity to go from P4 to P2 and ultimately to be the winner of Group 4. Well, thank you again for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and do so. And we will see you at the semifinals. You will not want to miss it. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing, the semifinal round of our Formula One tournament. After 2 rounds, here are your top 8 drivers. Today we will have Scott, Marco Polo, Arlo, and Major Finish joining us. This is part 1 of a 2-part semifinal round. Each of these drivers have earned their points to make it to this stage of the tournament, and it will for sure be one exciting round. Well, I am your host, Nils Nilsson. Many of you refer to me as Boss.
And I'm Hamish McLeod. Looks like another great day for a motor car race, boss.
It sure does, Hamish. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Truth be told, Nils, can I call you Nils?
Of course.
This is my first time around the track as an analyst.
Oh, is that right? Well, where are you from?
Aye, I've analysed many a race from me couch in Inverness, eating haggis.
Well, it's great to have you here with us. Let's meet the drivers. In the Ferrari number 27, this is Scott from Turner Racing. Scott has had a great car all tournament long. Up next, this is number 11 from Polo Racing. This is Marco Polo. And lining up in the second row in the number 69, this is Arlo from Arlo Racing. Arlo has been one of our top qualifiers and is definitely going to be one to watch. And from the back, this is Major Finish from Big Poppy Racing in the number 6. And Major Finish has come from our first round through the second round and now into the semifinals. Well, we are ready to go racing. Up next will be race number 1 of 4. Here we go. If you're new to the channel, here are the points for this tournament. The cars will rotate clockwise, and we will have 4 races to see who will come out on top. Lights out. Scott gets away cleanly. Major Finish with a nice inside line into that final corner, and Marco Polo can't make the pass. Scott will come away with the win for race number 1. Here's the Boss Championship Racing instant replay. A very clean race number 1. And at the line, Scott takes P1. Major Finish in second, Marco Polo in third, and Arlo in fourth. So here are the points after race number 1. And on to race number 2. The cars now rotate. Major Finish up to row 1, and Scott alongside in the Ferrari number 27, and they're off. Major Finish getting away. Arlo looking to make a move, can't make it work. And at the line, Major Finish able to hold off both Arlo and Scott. As we can see here, Arlo looking to make a move, just not able to make it work, and Scott also getting caught up behind. But they finished that one cleanly as well, so here are the points. Major Finish up to 8 points. Scott with 7, Arlo with 4, and Marco Polo with 3. So on to race number 3. Arlo and Major Finish in the front row. And the lights go green. Arlo with a great start. Marco Polo right behind. But Arlo getting away and gets the win. Scott coming in fourth, not able to make the move on Major Finish. And here is the replay. Marco Polo just not able to keep up with Arlo there. And Scott getting held up behind Major Finish. So after race 3, we've got a close one. Major finish with 10, Arlo with 9, Scott with 8, and Marco Polo with 6. And like much of the tournament, it comes down to this race, race number 4. They go green. Marco Polo with a nice little lead. Scott right there. Big contact in that last corner at the line. Major finish, finishing in front of Arlo. That is huge in this tournament. Here's the replay. Scott making a run on Marco Polo and Arlo making some contact, which ended up proving to be costly because major finish coming from 4th to 3rd gives him 12 points and the win. Well, let's go trackside for more with Hamish.
All I can say, Nils, is wow, what a race.
Yeah, that's no joke. What'd you think of that last second pass there at the end?
Major finish has given us the performance of his life, leaving Arlo SOL.
Out of luck is right. Well, on to the tiebreaker. With 11 points each, Scott and Marco Polo will go head-to-head, a best of 3, and the winner will move on to the final round. Green, and they're off. Scott with a clear lead and looking to check out, crosses the line, and takes race 1 of 3 in the tiebreaker. Here's the replay. As we can see, Marco Polo not able to keep up there with Scott. And now we're going to move on to race number 2. Drivers will switch positions. Scott has the edge, having the first seed, but anything can happen. Green, and they're off. Marco Polo with a nice lead. Scott with some trouble there, and Marco Polo with a clear victory for race number 2 of this tiebreaker. And let's see what happened there with Scott. Gets up on the curb, a bit of a bounce. Hopefully the underbody is okay. And so now we are tied 1-1. Whoever crosses the line first will move on to the finals. Green, and they're off. Neck and neck. But now Scott getting away. Can Marco catch him? He cannot. And Scott will be moving on to the final round. Here's one last replay. No mistakes there, and crosses the line. He will be moving on. But the bigger story is major finish grabbing the win for this semifinal part 1. Major finish is quite the story, having started all the way from round 1 and is now moving on to the final round. Definitely an underdog story, but that last corner coming into the straightaway, able to pass Arlo, made for quite the finish. It's so unfortunate for Marco Polo and Arlo, as their cars were very fast through qualifying, through round 2, but ultimately it came down to a couple mistakes which proved to be very costly. Well, Hamish, what did you think about today's race?
Underdog? Understatement. That major finish is the real deal, Nils.
Well, we can definitely agree about that. Well, thank you again for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and do so. I'm Nils Nilsson, and we will see you for part 2 of the semifinal round. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing Formula 1 tournament. It's great to have you with us. Make sure to head over to our YouTube community tab to cast your vote for the coolest livery of the tournament. The amount of detail and artistry from all the teams has been exceptional, and we'll reveal the results at the final round. Well, I'm your host, Nils Nilsson.
And I'm Hamish McLeod. It looks like another great day for a motor car race, Nils.
Hamish, what's got you excited for today's race?
As always, Nils, it's the fresh smell of F1 petrol.
Oh, the real fans know what you're talking about. Well, let's meet the drivers from the A-Team from Canada. This is Indy Rain in the number 53. Lining up next to Indy will be Mr. Shotgun in the number 7. Mr. Shotgun has had a very quick car this tournament. And lining up behind them from Japan, from the Boss Championship Racing Team, in the Renault number 7, this is Tomi Yoshi. And next to Yoshi, in the red number 87, this is Numbskull from Numbskull Racing. Well, the grid is set. These cars are quick. They've proven themselves throughout this tournament. Well, next up, race 1. Well, here we are for race number 1. Reminder of the points. Each car will have an equal shot at each position. Waiting for the lights. And they're off. Indy Rain getting away quickly, but Numbskull making a charge back into second place, into that last corner. And Indy Rain will take race number 1. Numbskull coming in second. Here is the replay. Indy Rain with a nice getaway, but Numbskull making a charge towards the end, as well as Mr. Shotgun and Tomi Yoshi. So after race 1, Indy Rain with 5, Mr. Shotgun with 2, Tomi Yoshi with 1, and Numbskull with 3. So now here we are for race number 2. Each car will rotate clockwise. Numbskull and Indy Rain in the front row. Lights out. Numbskull getting away, but Indy Rain making a move. Tomi Yoshi closes the door. And just like that, Numbskull up to 8 points with that win. Big move there from Tomi Yoshi defending that position. Finishes in second. Elbows out already. So after race number 2, Indy Rain with 7, Mr. Shotgun with 3, Tomi Yoshi with 4, and Numbskull with 8. This group so far has kept it very close, very tight in the corners. Tomi Yoshi in the front row now. Green, and they're off. Tomi Yoshi getting away, looking to check out, big slide, and at the line, Tomi Yoshi will come away with the win. Looks like he got pushed across the line. Well, here's the replay. Looks like coming out of that corner, just loses it, and then gets pushed across the line. But we'll have to take a closer look to see who finished in P3. Indy Rain with the outside move, but Mr. Shotgun looks like he just beats him by a nose. Here it is again, and just. So after all of that, Numbskull is up to 11. Tomi Yoshi now up to 9. Indy Rain with 8, and Mr. Shotgun with 5. So Mr. Shotgun is going to need a miracle. But for the entire grid, the race is on. So here we go, race number 4. And they're off. Mr. Shotgun with a great start. Indy Rain right there. But here comes Tomi Yoshi on the inside, last corner. And across the line. Too close to call. Here is the replay. Mr. Shotgun defending 2 drivers essentially. And at the line. Wow, too close. Let's see that again. Just a huge effort from Tomi Yoshi into that last corner. And then just pedal to the floor, able to cross the line by just a nose in front of Indy Rain, and grabs that point. So here are the points after race 4. Tomi Yoshi and Numbskull tied with 12. Indy Rain and Mr. Shotgun, unfortunately, with only 10. Well, let's go trackside with Hamish. What do you think of Tomi Yoshi?
That Tomi Yoshi's a racer for sure.
Hamish, I know you love Canada. What would you say to Indy Rain?
My only hope, Nils, is that Indy Rain doesn't get stuck in the snow and is able to make a comeback next year.
Well, thanks, Hamish. So now we have to settle this with a tiebreaker between Tomi Yoshi and Numbskull. Lights go green, and Tomi Yoshi getting away. Can Numbskull make a run? At the line, it is Tomi Yoshi by quite some distance. Yeah, we can see here in the replay that Tomi Yoshi had a huge jump from the start, but also just extended the lead as the race went on. The winner of this tiebreaker will start on the front row, so Numbskull will need to respond to keep that hope alive. Here we go for race number 2, and they're off. Neck and neck into the corner, and Tomi Yoshi putting the move on Numbskull, and will come out on top, taking the tiebreaker after only 2 races. Here's the replay. Tomi Yoshi with a clean pass on Numbskull. Numbskull unable to respond. And after all of that, Tomiyoshi is your semifinal Part 2 winner. But quite the upset for Numbskull coming in P2, also moving on to the final round. Both of the drivers started in the back row, but yet they came out on top. And heartbreak for Indy Rain and Mr. Shotgun, both having quick cars, but just not able to obtain enough points to move on. So many close finishes at the line that just didn't go in either of those drivers' favor. I've got to say, Yoshi made the tiebreaker look pretty easy. And for Numbskull, he's made it to the final round, and that's definitely something to be proud of. Well, Hamish, what did you think of Yoshi's effort?
Aye, dancing around the track like poetry on wheels. He's the real deal, Nils.
Well, again, thank you so much for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. I'm Nils Nilsson. If you haven't hit subscribe, please go ahead and do so, and you'll never miss another race. And we will see you at the final round. Welcome back to the Boss Championship Racing Formula 1 tournament, and it is great to have you with us. We're here for the final round. It's been a wild ride with so many memorable moments, but after today, we will have a champion. Well, I'm Nils Nilsson.
And I'm Hamish McLeod. It's turning out to be another great day for a motor car race, Nils.
It sure is. Well, the votes have come in for the best livery of the tournament, and your winner is Indy Rain in the Lotus livery. A quick shout out to the A-Team for putting one cool car together, and thank you everyone for voting. It was an amazing turnout. Well, let's meet the drivers for the final. Starting on the pole from Big Poppy Racing in the number 6, this is Major Finish. And starting alongside Major Finish from Boss Championship Racing Team in the number 7 Renault, this is Tomiyoshi. And starting in the second row from Turner Racing in the Ferrari number 27, this is Scott. And next to Scott in the number 87 from Numbskull Racing, this is Numbskull. Well, Hamish, how are you feeling about today's race?
I'm so excited, Nils. This is the finals after all. I feel like I've got goosebumps all up and down my body, like when I wear a kilt out in January.
I didn't know kilts were worn in January. Well, here we are at race number 1. And if you're just joining us, here are the points for each race. There will be 4 races and the cars will rotate clockwise. And here we go. Race number 1 of 4. Lights go green. Major Finish with a great start. But both Scott and Tomiyoshi making passes. And to the line. What a great start to the finals. Well, here is the replay. Both Tomiyoshi and Scott making the pass there on Numbskull. And Major Finish defensively driving there at the end, but keeps Tomiyoshi behind. Comes away with P1 and 5 points. So here are the points after race 1. Major Finish with 5, Tomiyoshi with 3, Scott with 2, and Numbskull with 1. Unless you're Numbskull, that was a great race number 1. Lots of action on track. But here we go, race number 2, Numbskull in front, Major Finish alongside. Lights go green. Numbskull with a better start this time, Scott right behind. And into that final corner and across the line, Numbskull comes away with the win. Scott in second, Major Finish in third, and Tomiyoshi will have to settle for P4. A clean race number 2, and with no DNFs, each point is very valuable. So here are the points after race number 2. Major Finish with 7, Tomiyoshi with 4, Scott with 5, and Numbskull with 6. Well, let's go trackside to Hamish. There's been a lot of passing on track, but some good defensive driving. Who's impressed you so far?
Well, Nils, with Yoshi's dominance last week and the numbers he's continuing to put up today, I believe he's the one to watch.
Yeah, between Yoshi and Scott, there's been some great passing on track, but you have to give credit to Numbskull and Major Finish as well for putting in some quality laps. Well, here we go for race number 3. And the lights go green, and they're off. Scott and Tomiyoshi pulling away quickly, and Scott continuing to dominate that lap. Tomiyoshi coming in second. And here is the replay. A clean lap number 3 for these drivers. Scott having some serious pace there. Tomiyoshi, though, keeping up. And the battle for third goes to Numbskull. So here are the points after race number 3. Scott now with a lead with 10 points. Major Finish and Numbskull tied with 8. And Tomiyoshi with 7. Well, everything is on the line here for race number 4. Who will be the 2023 Formula One champion at Boss Championship Racing? Lights out. Tomiyoshi getting a good jump. Numbskull in second, but here comes Scott with a pass into P2 and across the line. Tomiyoshi will finish first, but Scott will be the winner with that huge pass, as we can see here in the replay. Numbskull did not have an answer for him, and Scott flew right by. And with that, will be the winner and the champion of the Formula One tournament. What a great pass there for Scott. And heartbreak there for Tomiyoshi, just missing out by 1 point. But here is your champion of the Formula One tournament, is Scott from Turner Racing. What an amazing performance throughout the entire tournament to be at this point. Tomiyoshi and Numbskull rounding out the podium of this tournament. A heartbreak there for Major Finish, but what a story, and definitely something to be proud of. You can see it all on the car there with the nicks. Well, here are the points at the very end here. Scott with 13, Tomiyoshi with 12, Numbskull with 10, and Major Finish with 9. Well, there he is, Scott getting out of the car, and what a moment for him. Well, Hamish, what surprised you most from today's race?
Nils, I'm beside myself in shock. I can't believe Yoshi didn't win it. He was so consistent through these last few races. But here's to a new champion, Scott. What a race.
What a race indeed. Well, let's go down to the podium, see all the celebration. Looks like the champagne is already out for Scott. Tomiyoshi, Numbskull, what a great tournament and an awesome way to end it.
Isn't this so great? Look how much this win means to him.
It's well deserved, Hamish, that is for sure. Well, thank you again for watching here at Boss Championship Racing. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Would like to say a quick thank you to everybody who submitted a car. Truly couldn't have done it without you. Well, until the next tournament, thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you next time.